Well, little Kim opening the show on Valentine's Day night. Listen, happy Friday, happy Valentine's Day for whatever it's worth. I want to let you know at the top of the show, we actually have intercepted some Valentines that have been sent from Grums, Asmongold, a couple other people you might want to know about. Smash JT sent one. We got that one right out of the mail. We'll be sharing those a little bit later. Tech Protect's not here right now, which means I can get away. Well, he's here. Tech Protect has put down some rules as the producer, and he has said the only way I'm going to be able to show you guys those Valentine's Day cards, that we have intercepted. Go ahead, Tech. Tell them the rules. The fuck are you eating?
I'm eating steak like a man, you know. Adam Tate or whatever.
Hey, maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll work for you.
Hopefully. All right, guys, we have some mystery Valentine's Day cards from Grums. Who else was it?
I intercepted 4. I still have contacts in Anonymous. One is from Grums, one is from Asmongold, one is from Smash JT, and one of them is from that stuttering Craig fella. These are the Valentine's Day cards that they sent out to their followers, basically.
Yeah, and we are going to be posting them out at every $5 interval for super chats.
It's true.
After 20 super chats or $20 in super chat money, we will have all 4 released. Okay,
and also don't forget after the show, but it's still part of the show. So we're going to talk video games for about an hour or so, a little bit more than that. And then we're going to roll over to the Discord. We're still going to talk video games, but that's going to be our after party. So if you're a member at any tier, we'll be over there. Tech Protect's going to set up what are they called? Events or stages or whatever. So we'll still keep broadcasting if you're watching on YouTube or what have you. But if you want to talk and join the conversation about the video games, that's going to be happening over on the Discord. So become a member, any tier. And as importantly, make sure you sign up for the Discord so you can be over there. Okay. Let us begin, my tiny human friends. It's nice to see everybody again. We did a show earlier today. This is our pure game show. You look confused, Tech Protect. Were you seeing the ticker? Saw the ticker there?
Saw the ticker there.
Yeah, the ticker's a we can put that up if you want, if we want to talk about it. Maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe that's what we'll talk about as one of the topics in the after party. So why don't you let that ticker go? Let it roll up there. You know how to do that? There you go. No, not that one. Not that one. We want question 2. We want question. That's the one we're talking about. Okay. Alex says he went to brunch or a bunch of restaurants and there was no space available. Yeah, because a bunch of men are out there trying to basically do what marketing tells them. If you're only coming to the show recently and you've only discovered this brilliant channel, which is the best channel on the internet, I want to make something clear to you. I don't fall for the bullshit. I don't like the bullshit marketing. I don't like the bullshit PR. If you are a man tonight and you are trying to wine and dine your girlfriend or your wife, you're a moron. The best thing you should do is wine and dine them and romance them on any given night. The fact that you're doing it now, do you really think that makes you look romantic? It makes you look like a fucking stooge, man. Do it when you want to do it, which should be frequent, but do it because market. What is the message you're sending, you beta fuck? Hi, honey, I love you. It's the day I'm supposed to tell you that and do rose petals. Fuck you. Geeks says, didn't you already do this question? Maybe. Get rid of it, Tech. Get rid of the question. We'll come up with another question. Kill it. Kill it now. Thank you. Thank you, Geeks. Okay. Also, reminding you, could you imagine kissing up on Asmongold, knowing that at one point his teeth rotted out of his head? Did they really? I don't know anything about that, but wouldn't surprise me, but I'm not making that accusation. Anything I say here will be used against Johnny Utah in a court of law. Listen, tomorrow, by the way, 2:00, we've got a very special episode of the show coming up. It is going to be broadcast here on YouTube, but it is going to actually be recorded over on the Discord. It is this right here, my friends. Members only game night. Everybody can watch, but only members at any tier can participate. We're going to start with Wreckfest. Wreckfest is one of the best arcade racers all around. And it is on every system. It is, for the most part, it is crossplay. It's on every system, period. It's on every system for the most part, period. It is also crossplay. If you have Game Pass, I can hook you up. I have 4 free Game Pass. I think it's like a week of Game Pass for free if you're a member and you want to play with us. And then after that, we're going to be playing a full motion video game where the chat can contribute to solving the puzzle that is The Complex, which is, I think, perhaps the most expensive full motion video game ever made. So we will be playing that tomorrow here on the channel, members only game night, starting at 2:00 California time. Jojo D says, if there's anything this community can remember for this day, remember this. It is my daughter Thylia's birthday, and she was named after Raja Ghul's daughter. Oh, well, then she's going to marry Batman, and that's awesome. Happy birthday to, how do you say that name? Thalia? I don't know, but little Raji. How about that? Little Raji. That'll be happening. So who's texting me here? Doug. Somebody named Doug. He says, did you guys notice as soon as, listen to this. Okay, I'm reading. Doug just wrote me over on the Talia. Doug just wrote me over on the Discord. I don't know what it's going to say. I'm going to read it real quick. I'll read it later. I'll read it later. It's good advice, but it's not relevant. Okay, this is tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you. Mupo says, I made dinner, brought wine, and put a picture of Bill Goldberg across the table. That's how you do it? What do you mean it sounds complicated? What sounds complicated, Zeke? All right, let's move forward. Let's talk video games, my delightful friends. Yes, it's the Valentine's Day, but that's not the only thing we got going on in the world. PlayStation says, and I want to know what you think about this. I have thoughts. PlayStation says it's planning to release more family games like Astrobot. Sony says the platformer's award success validates its plans to expand in the family genre. No, it doesn't. Are the awards paying the rent? Are the awards paying the bills? No. My guess is this game has done okay. I know the last we heard it was 1.5 million. It's probably done about 3 million. These guys basically will not make a sequel to Days Gone because it only sold 8.5 million, but they're going to bet the farm on family games because it sold 3 million just because it won some fucking awards. Listen to this. PlayStation says it's planning to release more family games. following the Game of the Year platformer Astrobot, which won last night. Now, people, contrary to popular belief, will tell you I don't like Astrobot. Not true. Not true. I think Astrobot is a delightful game. It is very, very good. It's just, I don't think it's a Game of the Year contender. I don't think it's a Game of the Year contender. So, but anyway, speaking during an earnings call, Sony president Hiroki Totoki Fufoki highlighted the Team Asobi platformer's recent awards and said it validated its intention to expand family offerings. PlayStation, you guys have been trying to get to the family offerings for the last 3 generations. You can't do it. And the reason you can't do it, honestly, is most of the kids are not playing on the consoles. And the other reason you can't do it is the joy of this game for a lot of people is about the nostalgia. People don't know who these characters are that you're rescuing in Astrobot. So what you really need to do is, and we talked about this, I think I talked about this with Jay over on his show yesterday at Lautech, is this idea of going, look, get in there and make some fucking video games, even if they're not the biggest successes. Like, look at, as much as I had issue with Nintendo's Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread comes out and, it did well, 4 million, 5 million copies, but it wasn't some mega seller and it didn't cost a shit ton to make. But you know what it did? It took Samus and Metroid and continued the legacy of that character. And so that's what they need to be doing. They need Nathan Drake to come back now, even if it's not triple dipple A, so that the new generation will start to go, oh, I know Nathan Drake. And then when they're adults, they'll buy consoles and introduce their kids and on and on and on. That's how Nintendo's done it. They've people go, oh, Nintendo makes the same game. No, they don't. They make tons of different games, but they use the same IP. And in that, they do endear their intellectual property. Sony the teams don't want to make it Uncharted. They're not making it Uncharted. It's kind of weird to me. But anyway, this is what they're saying they want to do. It also won last night, Game of the Year, not just at the Game Awards, but it won last night at the DICE Awards, which was like, okay, I certainly didn't think it deserved it, but it's a great game. In addition, Hiroki Totoki says, Helldivers 2 was released in February, won Best Going Online Game and Best Multiplayer. This was the Game Awards. The fact that titles and genres were planning to expand live service games and family games. So they're kind of, now again, Helldivers was the best-selling game, the 3rd best-selling game of 2024. So that one makes sense. That one totally makes sense. But as it relates to Astrobot, and it's not that I don't want these guys to make family games. They have made brilliant family games. They made Sackboy's Big Adventure, which for my money, is better than Astrobot. They made Puppeteer, which is one of the coolest IPs Sony has ever made. They just, they don't sell. And there's a way they could do it, but it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be like this. We'll see. Kevin says Xbox could use better family games. I agree. Kevin also says you don't have to make the same AAA game each time. Correct. 100%. 100%. Okay. Sackboy, Little Big Planet slays Astrobot. I would not agree with Little Big Planet, but I would agree with Sackboy's Big Adventure. But anyway, that's what they're thinking. It doesn't mean they're going to get rid of their other games, of course, but that was in the news because that was their earnings call. They talked about that. Let's listen to this. Remember all the people bitching about Avowed? What was the guy's name? Elon Musk saying, I don't want all this politics in my games, blah, blah, blah. And then everybody picked it up and everyone's like, yeah, the art director's a fucking horrible person and blah, blah, blah. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't give a shit. The point is this. They were upset because somebody saw that there were some fucking pronouns in the game. Well, the game has come out to very good acclaim. It's sitting at an 80 on Metacritic. It made $1 million in ducats yesterday in one day, 24-hour period. And most people who are playing it say it's really good. I've only played it a little bit and it's really good. But I have great news for you guys out there that are so fucking sensitive and such fucking babies that, oh my God, pronouns. They didn't take the pronouns out of the game, but it has been revealed that the display identifier in player character sheet, you can turn that off. You'll be okay. Now your delicate Victorian sensibilities won't be offended when you actually see, characters with moss growing out of their fucking heads, which that's not going to do it. I don't know what will, but now when they actually have pronouns, you won't lose your shit or something. I don't know, but if you're one of those people that were really scared and upset about the pronouns coming to harm you, the great news there is you got yourself a little thing you can click on and off. And that's, how can you complain? Well, I'm sure you'll figure out a way, but still. So that's some news for you. Let me see. Who's this in the chat, Tech Protect, this D fella, before we get to the next story? Who are we talking to?
He is not vetted, but we can pull him in.
Pull him in. D, it's Jaffe. What's going on?
Hey, it's me again.
Ooh, I don't know who this is.
That guy.
What's your name, though?
Jason.
Oh, okay. What's up? What do you want to talk about, pal?
You kind of have a good point.
About?
But, like, I also sort of view... you have a good point on, like, Sony not using... not really bringing back any of their IPs and, them making... But
okay.
I'm also sort of in the other point of, like, there is a market for, kids-focused games, so...
Well, I would agree with you if there was a market, but where have you seen it? These guys have what's the last?
Well, like again, like it's with a lot of conversation with Nintendo and like that kind of.
No, but where is the market for PlayStation? Or a better question is, if you're PlayStation and you say, why haven't they been able to be successful? Everything from, like we said, Puppeteer to Sackboy's Big Adventure to Lego Horizon that just came and went. Nobody even thought about it. That was even on the Switch. I'm not saying that that's not a market to chase, but why can't PlayStation historically crack that nut? Do you think? Do you think?
I don't know. Like all I know is like when it comes to games like Uncharted and like a Sly Cooper and like technically Ape Escape, if you really want to think about it, I feel like they want to move on.
Who wants to move on?
It's Sony.
Move on meaning they want to move on to family games? What do you mean?
Move on to like whatever they want to create next and everything, and they don't want to like go over yet.
Right. You're absolutely right. I agree with that.
Especially like Sucker Punch, where like they made Sly Cooper 3, and then they said they want to move on. They made Infinite 2. They want to move on. And
yeah,
you say it won't happen to Ghost of Tsushima. Like,
no,
say we'll get that third game.
It absolutely will. It will create I totally respect and love that Sony says to these teams, we want you guys to do the stuff that you find that you're passionate. But what I don't respect or what I find weird is they don't say, okay, we're going to let you guys go make the Tsushima series or the Yodi series or whatever it ends up being called. But you have to be okay with the fact that we're going to take Infamous or we're going to take Sly and we're going to farm that out to some other teams because those are valuable IP.
Yeah, but they did that a couple of times, didn't like God of War and Jack and Daxter.
God of War, that was great. I mean, those hardware systems weren't terribly successful, but critically, people loved the PSP and Vita versions.
Yeah. People like the PSP game, but when it comes to like like the Jack and Daxter stuff, and
nobody cared.
Nobody cared, and like and Sly 4. That's another one that failed in their phase. So
because I think what it is that the very nature of Sony's brand is, and I don't mean to say this like it's cool, but it's always been more about let's be the cool brand. Let's be the brand that's not the little kiddie toy in the basement. It is an electronics device and it is the new art form and this and that and the other. And they haven't really curated or cultivated just putting out some games that kids will like is not the same thing as going, let's get our hooks in these kids. And when they become adults, they're like, oh my God, I want to play, let's take Twisted Metal. I don't think they should make a Twisted Metal game right now, unless they've got a really interesting idea. And I don't think anyone does, but and again, it's my stream. So people come here because they know Twisted Metal. I imagine the guys who made SOCOM, if they had a stream, they would hear the same thing, but there are definitely brands from a lot of people who have kids now where they're like, could we please have more of that? And maybe they could share that with their families and kids. And eventually, like Mario, kids come up with Gabe Logan or whatever, but they're just lost to the wind. And maybe that's has more to do with it than them not putting out family games. I don't know. Maybe people just don't have a PlayStation who are.
I think also like, you know, when it comes to like a game company, the game developer, they also like for instance, I mentioned Ape Escape. That slowly, you know, went downhill in terms of like sales, and same go with Parappa the Rapper. I'm like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also,
I mean, this Jammer Lammy or whatever kind of came out and was like, okay.
Yeah, that sort of killed it.
Yeah. Hey man, I wish them the best. I hope they can do it.
Yeah,
you know,
me too.
But I don't think they're going about it the right way. Just because you put some, you know, if you build it, they won't come. They have a history of seeing that, and so they need to figure something else out. But D, my good friend, thank you for calling in. I appreciate your take.
You're welcome.
All right, buddy. All right, if you want to call in just like D did, you can click the top up there at the link. And don't forget, I got 5 fucking Valentine's Day cards that I've intercepted from some of the most notorious right-wing video game personalities on the internet. If you want to see them, you got to cough up the ducats. This shit ain't free, baby. That stuff is, that's some hardcore sleuthing I had to do to get these. So when's the last time the hoodie was washed? Probably about 3 days ago. I have 3 of the. Haven't you seen my wardrobe? I have like tons of black shirts, and I have like 3 of these hoodies. Although I do need to get some different colors. Anyway, listen to this. By the way, I'm not going to get into politics and all that shit, of course, but I do want to tell you that if you are looking for any more evidence that these people that are bitching about the reason they don't like Yasuka, if that's how you say it, in the goddamn Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, well, it's you know, it's not historically accurate, they say, but it's also that we want a male samurai. Okay, that's fantastic. Wonderful. Well, Capcom comes out and they announce Capcom, whatever it's called, the new Onimusha. What are they calling this thing? It looks good. It's Onimusha. I love Onimusha. Way of the Sword. And it's got a male Asian samurai or whatever this guy's role in the military is, a warrior though. The face of the character is an actual young samurai, and it's being used by a movie star from a while ago. I think he's dead now, doing a famous samurai, Miyamoto Musashi. I wonder if that's Brave Fencer Musashi. But regardless, though, there you go. So that's out there. That's available. And why aren't these guys going, we did it. Yay, we're excited, right? Because it was never really about that. To me, honestly, that would be the reason why. Because we have tons of games with male Asian samurais set in Japanese environments, and people say nothing. They either play them or don't, but it's never a story. So that it's just one more reason to consider that maybe the folks, or at least some of the folks that are bitching about the fact that we have a black samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, just maybe some of them at least are not actually trustworthy when it comes to what it is they're complaining about. Deep down inside, in places you don't talk about at parties, I would suggest it's because they don't like the black men, is what I would say. But that's just my take. Agree, disagree, I don't fucking know. Call in and let me know. I might be a goddamn moron. Here's this. Now listen to this, though. Let's get back to Sony for a minute, if you don't mind. Jeffrey Grubb, the man who hates me, has said this. He says Jeff Grubb in one of his shows says Sony is internally debating if they hold a full PlayStation showcase this summer rather than a state of play. Why would they be debating that? Why in the who at Sony is going to struggle with this decision is what I would like to know. You've just seen the response to your state of play. You showed some great games. There were some really cool things in there I think most of us are excited about. But the overwhelming response was, where the fuck is your first party? Okay, cool. They're hearing, I assume, those people loud and clear. Who at Sony would be pushing back on a PlayStation showcase? Hell, I don't want to fucking wait till summer. We're in the middle of winter. You're telling me we're going to have to wait until fucking July or June before we actually get to see some first party goodies coming from Sony PlayStation? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Necro says Jeff Grubb vaguely states the obvious yet again. I don't actually think this is obvious. I think this is ridiculous if what he's saying is true. Because they're saying they're debating it. What's there to debate? Seriously, you're in March. Let's just say March, April, May, June, July. Let's say you've got 5 months to get a reveal ready for first party. And you're debating it? Why the fuck would you be debating it? You're telling me you can't get Wolverine or Corey's game or Yodi or anything ready to show? Now, again, there's stuff we don't know, of course. You know, it's easy to backseat drive these things. But I'm just saying that's a little goofy and strange to me. Prince Green says, look, man, we have hundreds of games with Asian male characters we played for decades. As soon as a black man in a role, now they want to find facts about if he's real, etc. They get all pissy. I hear you. It's exactly right, Prince Green. It's exactly right. I wouldn't respect their position ever, but I would respect them as communicators more if they would just say, you know what? I don't like the black folks. I don't like them. And while we're at it, what's the problem with these Jews I'm hearing about, right? Just fucking say it. Just fucking say it. At least then we can know where you're coming from. Look at people rushing out of the, I have to leave this space. Jeffy's getting too close for comfort for me in my racist tendencies that I don't want to accept and admit. Yeah, well, fuck you. Fuck you, you racist whore. Yeah, I got him. Prince Green, did you hear what I called him? I called him a racist whore. That hurt him really bad. Listen. Mupo says maybe the people at Sony have a stuttering problem, and that's why this debate is so long. Yeah, how long is it going to take? Do a fucking state of play. What are you guys doing, morons? And I'll tell you something, right? When I was a human being, like I'm not anymore. When I was a young human being, I've told you this before, but now I'm going to show you. Look, you don't have to show us anything, Sony. You just had the best Christmas ever. We know. But you know what? You know what, Sony? Maybe, just maybe, you want to fucking tickle the pickle a little bit. Dazzle us. Show us something kind of cool, man. When I was a kid, every goddamn time you acquired a video game, this is what you got. You got it in the goddamn box. Look at this PDF I'm about to put up on your brain pan here. Share that goddamn tab. Show it on the stream. You bought yourself an Atari game, and before you knew it, you were off to the goddamn races with. Why can't things just work? I don't want to open a PDF, you whore. Let me show you this. There you go. You got yourself an Atari catalog. It had all the games that were already out, the games that were coming. It made you excited. It made you excited to be a fan. It made you excited about the system you purchased. Why can't they do that for us anymore? I did not know this, by the way. Prince Green says the same people that are happy about the Assassin's Creed or who pissed about that, these same people are happy the new Captain America is not doing great in theaters. Yeah, because they don't like the black folks. I mean, I don't care if it's doing well or not. I hear it's not a very good movie. I have no plans to see it, but not because he's a black dude. I actually liked the Winter Soldier and Captain or whatever it's called, Falcon and Winter Soldier. That was pretty good. Listen to this. Kevin says, hey, Jeff, are you excited for Clockwork Revolution made by In Exile? The guy who worked on Arcanium is making this game. Rumored to show in the June Xbox showcase. I didn't know In Exile was making Clockwork. Yeah, I mean, what they've shown from this so far, I believe, has just been kind of a very simple little, right? They haven't really shown any video, any gameplay of this yet, have they? Let's see. I think they just had like a trailer that was more about the world of this game. Let me see.
After this, we got to reveal a Valentine's Day card.
Okay, hang on 1 second. I want to show people this. Look at this. This we saw a little bit while ago. This is the trailer for Clockwork Revolution. In Exile, who did the wonderful, their last game was Wasteland 3. Excellent fucking video game. Never played Arcanum, no.
Humanity is a miracle of progress. A finely tuned, delicately balanced machine. But it only takes one rebellious little gear to ruin everything. If you resist my rule, if you alter our past, if you threaten what I have built, there is nowhere in space or time where I will not destroy you.
Cool, man. Yeah, the guns look cool.
Oh no.
I wonder.
What did I do?
Any last words before my friend puts one in your scalp?
I wonder if they are going to have as much narrative freedom as we got with Wasteland 3, which is one of the things I loved about it. It really felt like your choices mattered. Clearly, you make decisions and it affects the present and the past and all that stuff. So I'm curious about it. But Kevin, yeah, it's all I know is that. And it looks like an action game, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. Doug, I saw your super chat or whatever. I saw your message in the DM and Discord, and I will look at it with Tech Protect later tonight or tomorrow. Thank you for that, buddy. Where did this go? Kevin, you say the trailer for Clockwork Night or Clockwork Revolution, you were slightly mixed at first. The more you learn, the more you got excited. So what have you learned about it? Because I haven't really heard much more about it. Kevin says, I hear it's a straight up first person shooter RPG. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Isn't Judas supposed to come out this spring too? That's Ken Levine. And that apparently the choices will make a lot of difference. Judas will be better, but this will fill the void, says Real Boss. Real Boss, I don't think they've announced which one's coming first. Do we know Judas is going to be out before this? Okay. Let me read this from GZDR Dr. Forever. Because anyway, thank you, buddy, for watching over on the Twitch. I appreciate it. If you're watching over on Twitch, like good Sir Jesus, Shimon, consider tossing us your Prime membership. We would appreciate it. What else you gonna do with it? Stick it up your butt. He says, Jaffe, aren't you seeing the Assassin's Creed stuff from a Japanese point of view? You were told we are making a game about your culture, and the face of it is an African-American guy. Imagine for Black History Month, you only honor Lyndon B. Johnson because he signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Oh, you're not seeing it you're not seeing the Assassin's Creed from a Japanese point of view. Well, I'm not Japanese. And frankly, okay, then if look, if you're a Japanese person and you say, even though we have, as Prince Green said, we have hundreds of games where you can play Japanese or Asian Japanese males in samurai games or in games in that variety of those kinds of time periods. And you say, even so, you're tainting it with a Blackman. And you're tainting it with a Blackman that, depending on who you ask, the level of historical authenticity around the story that Assassin's Creed Shadows is telling is varied. And I would say, okay, well, you have a right to that opinion. And you being Japanese, perhaps, your opinion definitely would be a different perspective. That is something I couldn't really speak to, but I'm not really thinking about it like that because most of the people that I'm seeing complaining are not Japanese. I'm seeing most people complaining that are American as apple pie. So that's what I would say. I would say that, that's why I'm not really thinking about it all that much. But Kevin says, yeah, I think if you're Japanese, their reactions maybe make more sense. Right. I hear you. So, but yeah, let's see what they say. Maybe that guy who just from watching over on the Twitter, maybe he knows. Maybe you're telling me that there are a number of great Japanese or Japanese folks who have put out some really good rebuttals or issues with that game. And if so, please link me to it. I'd be happy to see them. Okay. So it sounds like we got our first super chat that has kicked us into the level that will allow us to, because the sleuthing, like I said, the work I had to do. No, Jeremy says it makes too much sense for the protagonist to be Asian. That's why the left just don't get it. Maybe you're new to this episode, Jeremy, but what I'm saying is this is the norm already. This is the new Onimusha 4, and it stars an Asian male samurai based on an actual Asian actor. The new, correct me if I'm wrong, but the new Ninja Gaiden, I believe, stars a Asian male, perhaps even two of them. So the idea that the left doesn't get it because it makes so much sense, no, I think at least if you are putting me in that bucket, which you should, because I'm the most progressive guy you've ever met in your life, what I would say to you is that I go, a story about a black guy in an area that has been historically racist against black people. And he is somehow rooted, depending on who you ask how, your mileage will vary, on actual historical events. And if you actually read the previews of people who have played the game, they say that the Japanese reaction to having a black guy in their culture and how that goes down for them is actually part of the story. And so I think that sounds interesting. So anyway, we'll see. We'll find out. I'm looking forward to playing it. But again, man, all I can tell you is a lot of this stuff, here's what I'll say, sirs and madams. Forgive me if I come across as someone that isn't taking their grift all that serious, or at least their position all that serious, because again, all you have to do is look at this. People are really enjoying Avowed. It did really well yesterday. It may not have legs. It may have legs. Who knows? But all of the Tempest in a Teacup is what it was. Oh, they got pronouns. Go woke, go broke. You'll see. Henry Higgins, you'll see. Just you wait. Just you wait until Grums gets a hold of this. He'll show you what's what. People don't care. People don't give a shit about it. It's just people making money, making you mad. But you shouldn't be mad. There's so many great games to play. What's the matter with you? I don't know, but I do want to show you Valentine, man, because that's the kind of guy I am. Let's start, in fact, speaking of Grums, because who was it, Tech? Was it Kevin who pushed us over the limit, got us a super chat? Thank you, Kevin. You're doing the Lord's work. If you want to see, like I said, I have intercepted these. I did some of my own sleuthing. I intercepted these in the mail. These are cards that were sent out to various people for today, Valentine's Day. These are ones that just happen to be coming from a bunch of people I would call, now your mileage will vary, but in my opinion, kind of right-wing grifters. Let's start with Grums. I intercepted his holiday card. This is one that he actually wrote and sent out to the KKK. Here's what it says. Let me see if I can zoom in on this for you a little bit. There's old Mark Kern right there, aka Grums, and I'll read it to you. Let me see if I can get some little music going in the background first, because it's Valentine's Day, and I think we need the appropriate music. Let's do the entire screen. Let's put that there. Let's get some music going. All right, here's some romance. Let's get some fucking romance going, shall we, boys? Come on now. Where's the romantico? Where's the romantico music? Hang on. Didn't I just have the romance music? Come on, man. Here it is. All right, here we go. Tell me if this is too loud. Here we go. out, I believe, to the KKK. This is his Valentine's Day card. Where'd it go? There we go. On this wonderful Valentine's Day. It's too loud music. I got you covered, pal. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. How about that? Is that better? There we go. On this wonderful Valentine's Day, I pledge my love to you, the KKK. I know I will never be white, but that won't keep me from your fight. I shall fight against diversity. Our land so cleansed, just wait and see. Destroy them all, except for me. Because I'm not white. But maybe in my case, you could overlook that and accept me anyway. That is what he wrote. Now it's too low? Wait, Tech, could people hear my you can hear me. Okay, that is what I got from his mailbox. So we've got an Asmongold card to read. We've got a Smash JT card to read. We got a Stuttering John or Craig card to read. But this one was the one that was meant for the KKK. And I pulled it. I will say I'm always confused when people who clearly would be rejected by the people, it's almost like he's got insecurity about his, I'm assuming he's Eurasian or full Asian, I don't know. And it's like he doesn't want to admit it. He wants to be like a guy who is like the white Christian. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know this. But it's like, dude, of all the people who benefit from our culture becoming more diverse and accepting, trust me, pal, you're one of them. You're not in their club. They don't want you in their club, buddy. No matter how hard you try, you will never be one of them, is what I would say. Yeah, progressively yours, Grums. All right, so if we want to hear more, you know what to do. Keep the ducats rolling in, because that's the only way we can afford to do the kind of Encyclopedia Brown level of sleuthing that it took to get these cards and feel good about risking the legal ramifications of showing their mail on the air. Listen to this story. You and I will have legal problems. First-person shooter developer threatens action against rival streamers who've taken more than $10,000 from studios we compete with. What? Listen to this story. This is some cuckoo for Cocoa Puff shit going down. The lead developer behind free-to-play first-person shooter Operation Harsh Doorstep, I think if you're calling your game Operation Harsh Doorstep, you've got more problems, has posted a warning, in quotes, to content creators reviewing his game, threatening legal action if you're a content creator reviewing Operation Harsh Doorstep. Basically, what he is implying is that some of these content creators have gotten paid by the competition of these developers to say shitty things, okay? Writing in a recent online post, Operation Harsh Doorstep creator Blue Drake 42 of the Cincinnati Drake 42s shares several words of caution. A warning to every content creator when our update for Operation Harsh Doorstep drops, he says. If you have taken over 100K, and I'm assuming that's a number that his lawyer gave him because it has to be above X in order to be whatever. If you have taken over $100,000 in payments from studios that we compete with in the last 12 months, what's that?
10,000.
10,000, sorry. In the last 12 months, and you don't disclose that in any quote review you create about our game, then you and I will have legal problems. Let me just make sure I understand this. It sounds a little goofy. If you have taken 10K from studios we compete with and you don't disclose in a review about our game, okay, I think I could be wrong, but I think what he's getting at is if you took money from someone else and you took the money with the intention, or you were paid to shit on their game and you didn't say that, then you could run afoul of, I think it's FTC rules that say you have to basically say when you're advertising, and this guy's basically saying you're doing it in reverse. The way he phrased it here doesn't really make sense but I understand his point. If you have taken over that amount of money and we compete with the studio and you don't disclose in a review about our game, that is bullshit. I can take $10,000 from anyone you compete with, and I can do a review about your game and not disclose it. But if I do a review about your game and I have been paid to shit on it, then you're right. But that's kind of not what it says here. The dev continues, explaining he's tired of content creators' hit pieces on games like Operation Harsh Doorstep. If you don't want to hit pieces, pal, maybe you should name your game Operation Harsh Doorstep. As somebody in the chat, Necro, says, it sounds like he really stubbed his toe on that harsh doorstep. And we're going to take it out, boys. You aren't an independent journalist. You are a paid contractor for our competitor, he writes. And I'm tired of watching you all get paid to do hit pieces on games that don't fork cash over to you. He then says he'll post more warnings clarifying this as we get closer to the release date. Summarizing, he says, if you're going to just post fake content attacking games that don't pay you, quite frankly, I don't want you covering our game at all. But he doesn't stop there. I know this might come as a shock to many of you who are used to community managers being paid off to stroke your ego and beg you for coverage, but you'll find out very quickly that we don't operate that way. Shut up, bitch. I've been on both sides of the fence. Sit the fuck down, Blue Drake. He concludes by declaring that all users who repost his warning will receive a Steam key to launch playtest, as I figure out which one are the good ones. Oh, now we see where this is coming from. The dev states he doesn't want fake people in my corner. Bitch, nobody's in your corner. Subsequent comments see followers ask him who considers to be his competitors, to which he says Squad, Delta Force, Battlefield, Arma, any realistic, semi-realistic FPS. Now, allow Operation Tickle Pickle, right? Allow me to be clear. I've never played the game. It could be awesome. I'm not kidding you. I'm not hedging my bets. I have no idea what this game is. And, great games come out of nowhere all the time. And this could very well be one of them. Oh, you're not even seeing it. This could very well be one of them. And that's awesome. And would I agree with him that if he is saying you guys are taking money from our competitors and you are taking it in order to do hit pieces, then yeah, I do think you're going to run afoul of the FTC rules that require you to make it clear that you are basically doing an ad, in this case, a negative ad. It's not exactly what he said, but I assume that's what he's talking about. But, and maybe he's been hurt real bad. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I've made games, people have shit on it and it hurts your feelings and you lash out. I don't know if this is a good game. I don't know if anyone's played Operation Harsh Doorstep. But I would say that, if people are being paid to shit on it and they're not disclosing it, that's pretty bad. Zeke says, I don't think he's saying they're paid to shit on the game. He's saying they are more or less work for a competing dev and don't want to jeopardize their relationship with the... Okay, well, no, that's not right, because he's saying if you've taken $10,000, so if you've taken over $10,000 in payments from studios we compete with, and you don't disclose in any review you create about our game, then we'll have legal problems. So get money from the people that are making, making Battlefield. If you got $10,000 from the people who make Battlefield and you're going to shit, and that money was given to you because they said, hey, go shit on this Operation Harsh Doorstop, I think he has a point. And it sounds like that's what he's saying. I don't like his tone. And I don't like that the tweet doesn't make it really clear what he's saying, because what he's saying makes no sense. Like, nobody would actually sue anybody for what he's saying. I mean, you could sue anybody for anything, but you get laughed out of court. But if you read between the tea leaves, that's not how it works. Read between the lines, it's clear what he's saying. I do think that makes sense. I don't think he comes off very good here. Maybe because I've never heard of Operation Harsh Doorstep. It's a terrible title for a game. And then when he's saying that a company as big as EA making Battlefield, or the guys that make Arma, are really afraid. So they're so afraid of Operation Harsh Doorstep that they're paying some influencers to shit on it. It just feels like he's like living in a little fantasy land, but he may not be. For all I know, this in that world is the new hotness and everyone's talking about it. And he's like, do not fuck with our shit. It's fucking genius. It might be the next PUBG. I don't fucking know. Ravnos, I don't agree with you. He says he's a moron, period. You are not under NDA to not give other games good press. Yeah, but you are, if that's why I'm saying the way he wrote it makes him sound like a moron. But if what he's saying is, hey, Ravnos, here's 20 grand. I want you to make 5 videos shitting on this game. That's our competition. But don't tell anyone you got paid to do that. I think he's absolutely right. Blue Drake 42. Frank Last says, hey, here's $5, Jaffe. When are you going to play Call of Duty? You said, but seriously, when are you going to lose to the Last Stand group? Thank you, Frank Last. I appreciate the super chat. Oh, I'm going to play you mean Call of Duty with Last Stand Media, or just when am I going to play it again? I play it all the time, but we are still going to do the Last Stand Media thing. I have just been real busy. I've been real busy working with Tech Protect to get the show, to a different level. And in that, it's a lot of things have gotten pushed, but it is coming. We are going to do it. Look, hey, it took JoJo D 3 years to get us to basically finally sit the hell down and play. Where'd it go? To play the goddamn Complex tomorrow night. If you want to hang out with us, this is what we're going to be playing. Wreckfest and then the Complex. So we are going to do it. We're absolutely going to do it. Also, Nerds the Podcast has sent over 5 of their members. They said, let's raid the Gabbin and the games. Well, I appreciate that, fellas. Thank you for watching our little show over there on the Twitch. The Twitch, fellas. Thanks, fellas. I appreciate it. Nerd Jesse says, Jaffe, I love you on Last Stand Media. Thank you, buddy. I love going on their stuff. It always hurts my feelings because people in the chat are like, we fucking hate Jaffe. But then a lot of other people will say, we think you're great, but it's always the mean stuff that hits harder. You know what I'm saying? But Jesse, thank you for those kind words. I appreciate it. Frank, thank you for the super chat. I assume that means it's time to read another Valentine's Day card from some of these right-wing folks. Ravnos, by the way, is heading off to look into Operation Harsh Doorstep. I appreciate that, Ravnos. Let us know what you think. It would be great. It would be great. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, Wreckfest tomorrow night, baby. You got to be there. Any member, any level. Robbo, thank you, buddy. He says, here's a little pickle tickle for you, Jaffe. Thank you for that super chat, Robbo. It's very generous, very courteous. Other than your mother, it's the only pickle tickle I'm getting. Did you get it, you guys? I made. Hey, you nerds that came over from Nerd Podcast. Did you get it? I made fun of his mom. What the fuck is this? Hang on. Oh, poor thing. Yeah. Tech, we'll see you when you get back. Hurry back, drive safe. Okay. I guess we'll do a new Valentine. We got ourselves another super chat, $5. Like I said, $5 is all it costs for you to peek into the stash of Valentines that I have stolen and from the mailbox. And if you say, well, Jaffe, why do I have to pay for that? Like I said, I've talked to legal. I've said, hey, man, I got these guys' mail. Is it okay if I show it on stream? And they said, well, you're risking a lot, but if you can, have some legal fees set aside, then yeah. So that's what this is for. K-Nubs, thank you. He says, birds. I don't know why. I was on Jay's channel today or last night, and everybody's like, birds. I don't get it. But thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you, Mupo. Here is the next Valentine that I have scooped out of the mailbox. This is actually one I got from Asmongold's mailbox. And trust me, it's pretty nasty in there. It's pretty nasty in there, but I'm going to show it to you regardless. Here we go. Let me get the music going because it's really not Valentine's Day without that supple, sexy, silky music. Yeah, it's time, baby. Can you feel it? Can you feel the Valentine's Day love? This one is a Valentine's Day that came right from Asmongold himself, one of the most popular YouTubers out there. Here's what he says. Roses are red, violets are blue, or maybe that's just the rotting BLT in the corner. I really can't tell at this point. Hey, have you seen my fake laugh? There you go. That's his Valentine's Day card. I don't know who he's sending this to. Maybe Vera Dark. I'm not sure. Let me read it to you again just to make sure you get the full effect. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Or maybe that's just the rotting BLT in the corner. I really can't tell at this point. Hey, what's up? Have you seen my fake laugh? A wink there, man. A wink there. Anyway, that's Asmongold's card. Now, don't forget, we still got more to go through. I was snooping around. in the mailboxes of Smash JT and Stuttering John, Craig, whatever the fuck his name is. And, I got those queued up too. If the ducats come in, the legal fees get paid. I'm there for you, pals. Thank you for everybody who submitted, though. Appreciate it. Wait, I apologize for calling these AI earlier, Jaffe. I realized they were quick drops. You did. I didn't do shit. These are things I took out of a mailbox. I don't know what you're talking about. Ravno says Operation Hard Doorstep is not a game. It is more of a mod platform with basic tech demo of gameplay, and in the Steam page for a long time made it out to be a game, not a platform. Okay. Regardless, though, I mean, I guess so if that's the case, then who is competing with them? Tons of bad reviews from people who they thought bought a game. Okay. Yeah, but who then are their competition? When they say the competition is Battlefield, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Why would that be their competition if it is what you say it is, which I believe you? All right. Listen now. I have some really good news, at least for me. Zeke, I didn't say anything. You guys know we watched the trailer on the stream a couple of weeks back for Blood of the Dawnwalker. That's the game with the vampires, and they kill the kings, and they make you a vampire, and it looks pretty good. It's from a bunch of ex-CD Projekt Red devs, okay? Come on now. And they came out today with a news story. Ex-CD Projekt devs' new open-world vampire RPG, which again looks really good. No one is spamming the ads. No, that's just YouTube, baby. My guess is they spam the ads because they want you to pay for YouTube Premium, which, by the way, I mean, money's tight all around. I get it. But by the way, after you have contributed your monthly money to the show here, which you're obligated to do, I recommend YouTube Premium. That shit's good, man. It's hard to go back. Let's just put it that way. If somebody came and said, Jaffe, you have to cut every subscription service but one, YouTube Premium would be in a real heavy fight with Netflix because they both bring me a great deal of value. Okay. YouTube, there's a game in it, says Ravnos, talking about Operation Harsh Doorstep, but it may never be finished. Closer to a game than Gary's mod, but not quite Arma or Battlefield. Okay, yeah, so maybe he's just being sensitive. I don't fucking know. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting story. But look, these guys who are making the game, the ex-Witcher guys, Blood of Dawnwalker, here's what they said. They said, look, we're a small studio. Because we're a small studio, and this is what makes me excited, the game is, quote, only 30 to 40 hours. Thank God. The Blood of Dawnwalker's director doesn't care. He doesn't care if you call it a AA, AAA, quadruple. He doesn't give a shit what you call his video game. He's just making a game, man. Here's what he says. I had the chance, this is coming from Games Radar, to sit down with the director about the game. Here's what they said. Now that they've done AAA at CD Projekt Red, they don't seem keen on putting a label on this. The director wasn't dismissive of that question, but he made it clear that he isn't nearly worried about how to categorize the studio, as he is making sure it can deliver something comparable in quality, albeit on a smaller scale, to games like Witcher. In terms of quality, we definitely look at AAA because that's where we're coming from, he says. Definitely our games are not as huge in terms of content and gameplay hours. We're a smaller studio. This is our first project, so we definitely are building something smaller. But we want to build something as robust in terms of quality, maybe just a bit shorter. They're aiming for 30 to 40 hours. As someone who is firmly and vocally believes games are too damn long, the writer is talking about himself, but still yearns for glitz and glamour, this is music to my ears. Here's what the director continues. He says, comparing something to a behemoth like The Witcher, which we aim for 100 plus hours, but I think a lot of people played 200, 300 hours is insane. If size is your measure, then yes, it's not the size of a AAA game like The Witcher, but I don't know if size is the measure, to be honest, because there are AAA games like Call of Duty that aren't 100 hours in campaigns. Yeah, but they have multiplayer. And I don't know if anybody would call them AA or indie, regardless of the budget. It's a highly ambitious, dark, open-world fantasy RPG with a unique time as a resource approach to the story and a narrative sandbox all about maximizing players' agency and freedom. I will say this, fellas. I will say this. I absolutely love that we are seeing more and more and more embracing of systems-based games like this. Whether you're talking a game like this, you're talking a game like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, even Avowed, which going to Avowed from Kingdom Come is a shock, I will tell you, because Kingdom Come is so much of a simulation and you can try so many fucking things in that game. And then you come to Avowed and it's like, the brakes just get hit hard and you're like, oh, it's still great what I've played so far. I'm not knocking it, but it's a very simpler kind of simulation, but I still fucking am having a good time with it. So, but I'm down with this, what he's saying. And I love that they're talking about our goal is to create this sort of narrative sandbox where choices matter. I'm really intrigued, says the article's writer, by most everything I've seen, especially the deliciously gothic lore, but I'll hold out for this summer's gameplay showcase. If you have not seen this, and I do think this is coming to console as well, but this is what it is. I'm not going to show you the trailer. It's a long trailer, but I'll put it up while we're talking. But it's called Blood of the Daywalker. Let me show you what it looks like. Blood of the Dawnwalker. Sorry, Blood of the Dawnwalker. This was out a month ago, and I'll talk while it's playing, but it's very cool. Zeke says, Jaffe, does it make you want to try your hand at making an immersive sim? It really doesn't. No, I'm not really, I'm, like I said earlier, I'm talking to some people right now, doing some consulting on a game they're working on. I'm having a great time, talking to them about that and thinking about what I could contribute. But I don't really want to make games, man. I like this. I like making this. I was watching, we were watching today on the stream this morning, a trailer from, what's that new game, Tides of something? Is that what it is that they showed at State of Play? Looks great. And I'm just kind of like, man, that is tough, to sort of build a whole team that can do that level of combat and shit, man. I don't know. I'm not showing you guys anything, am I? I'm sorry. That's a lot of fucking work, man. The topic right now, we were just talking about this game, Dawnwalker, which is by the Witcher guys, and they said, it's only going to be 30 to 40 hours, only. I think that's great. I think that's excellent. We did just get a new super chat though, and you know what that means? It means it's time to do a little bit of reading, folks. Necrophagic, thank you, buddy. They say, here's to the legal fees so you can serenade us with that sweet, sweet Barry White propaganda. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. That's just my voice. That's my voice when I get into a position where I want to romance the ladies. But I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Okay. Hang on. What does this say? Ravno says Operation Harsh Doorstep is the ultimate free-to-play tactical shooter sandbox. Play single, multi, or co-op and explore thousands of community-made maps, vehicles, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Let me show you what our good friend is talking about here. So, like I said, we looked into some mailboxes of some of these right-wingy, or not even right-wingy, depends on the person, kind of griftery folks. We already looked at what Mark Kern sent for his Valentine's Day card. We just looked at Asmongold's. And now, because of the generosity of Necrophagic, anyway, we're going to look at, we'll look at Smash JT, the man who is currently in a lawsuit with Alyssa Mercante. And here's what he had to say when he sent out his, I think this was a card. I haven't looked at it since this morning. He sent this out to his fans, such as they are. This is the card that Smash JT sent to the people who call themselves fans. What do you mean? What's up with my camera quality, Alex? I don't know what you mean. Here we go. And that doesn't bug me, but I'll tell you what do. See, it's the trans ideology. It must be removed. The trans, they are bad. For this, I have proved. So let's push them out as quick as you please. But first, can you help me? Pay my legal fees. Because, do you get it? Do you get it? Because he couldn't afford his legal fees, apparently, allegedly, and so he had a Kickstarter or something, a GoFundMe to help pay. Let me do it again. Rosarette. Oh man, violets are blue. It doesn't bug me, but I'll tell you what do. See, it's the trans ideology. Must be removed. These trans, they're bad. For this, I have proved. So let's push them out. Push him out as quick as you please. But first, can you help pay my legal fees? Yeah. Yeah, Wayne B says, please stop. Wayne B, you gotta pay me to stop, baby. Once I get rolling and rocking and pushing and pulling and there you go. The last one we have, which we got to, again, that's expensive. I could be putting myself in legal jeopardy. The last one we have is from Stuttering Craig. Stuttering Craig. I intercepted his Valentine's Day card. This one that he wrote was written to his fans as well. So that's available later if you guys want to super chat. Mupo says I'll super chat $5 if there's a P. Diddy card. I'll have to go looking in my mail for it. I may have seen one from him, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay. All right. Listen, let's move forward. Let's ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Listen to this, you guys. Now, remember. Hey, Carlos Hernandez, who was the guy who got me that little cool howling coyote from Mexico? I have it back there, and I was looking at it the other day, and I was like, I love this thing. And I'm like, but I always forget who sends me stuff. But if it was from you, hey, I'm still looking at it. It's really cool. Okay. I'm excited for this because Phil Spencer had come out and said, look, man, we are absolutely still going to make hardware. And what they said was, I looked at that and I'm like, what are you talking about? Why the cockadoodie fuck would I want an Xbox piece of hardware? Because you're putting your shit everywhere. Am I looking framey today? I don't know. I'll figure it out. As long as you can hear me, just hit refresh if it's bad. I don't know what to tell you. I got to call it the cable company tomorrow. Wait a minute. Jacob says, Jaffe, I wanted to say good job on the last Jaffe Colin Sacred Plus. I always thought Colin carried you through those. That one, you really carried the conversation. What are you talking about? Carried me.
Yeah.
I don't need this son of a bitch thinks I need someone to carry me through a podcast.
Like a damsel.
Like I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, what's up, baby?
Are you using GeForce or planning on using it soon?
No.
Cool.
Okay. No, but thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it. The cable company, meaning I get my internet from the cable company. And it's, I don't know what the fuck is going on with it because I pay for really good internet, but lately it's been really shit, man. So we'll have to see. Hopefully this show will still be acceptable to you because I got to tell you this story. So Phil Spencer's saying, hey, man, don't worry about it. We understand our software is going to be everywhere. You're going to want to buy our box because it's about the hardware, you see? It's about the hardware. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, what does it do? Give me some examples. Well, I haven't even read this yet, but Tom Warren says this is his article for The Verge. The next Xbox is going to be very different. It looks like Microsoft is getting ready for a big Xbox platform change, okay? Interesting. Très intéressant. Let's read it together. Tommy Warren says this. Microsoft is developing a new console hardware that Xbox President Sarah Bond said will deliver the largest tech leap you have ever seen in a hardware generation. We'll see. We've heard very little about next-gen hardware since that promise a year ago, and a lot has changed since internal documents from 2022 leaked and hinted the next Xbox could arrive 2028. Xbox Phil Spencer said in a recent interview, this is just what we were just talking about, fellas, that he wants Microsoft to innovate and make hardware that differentiates. That's what'll get you to buy it, not the software, because software is going to be everywhere. Okay. Spencer told me something similar a year ago, saying that Microsoft is thinking about creating hardware that sells to gamers because of the unique aspects of the hardware. It's kind of an unleashing of the creative capability of your hardware team that I'm excited about. Okay. Well, let's get into some specifics maybe. That unique or innovative hardware will almost certainly include a handheld somewhere in the mix. Spencer has teased the potential for an Xbox handheld a few times. I'm convinced we'll see some early parts of the next-gen Xbox platform this year. Jason Rowland, the VP of Next Gen, revealed to The Verge Microsoft is combining the best of Xbox and Windows together. How Microsoft brings the bits of the Xbox UI to Windows is still a big unanswered question. Another question is how all this impacts game development and your Xbox library. Microsoft's been trying to bridge the Xbox PC game dev gap for years. So let's see. AI will play a big part in the next Xbox, says Tom Warren, especially for new form factors like handhelds. NVIDIA, AMD, and Sony are all heavily involved in using AI-powered models to upscale games and improve performance and image quality. We're just weeks away from hearing how Nintendo plans to use NVIDIA's DLSS upscaling in its Switch 2 hardware. When was this written? No, this is recent. What's the news, Tom Warren? Wait, what? You promised me news. When you add up the potential for an Xbox handheld, AI-powered tech leaps, and some big platform changes combining Windows and Xbox, I think it's clear Microsoft is making the next Xbox even more PC-like. Xbox has been heading in that direction for years. If Microsoft's Windows handheld platform changes are at the heart of the next gen, it could make for some very different Xbox hardware. Microsoft's been steadily trying to move the Xbox name beyond its console-centric brand this generation. It's becoming increasingly clear that what we'd normally consider the next Xbox won't just be a single piece of hardware, but a collection of devices that can play all the games. That would be explaining Microsoft this is an Xbox marketing campaign. It's a future where PC makers can turn their laptops or handhelds into an Xbox, or where phones stream all your Xbox games. Okay, maybe. Look, here's all I'll tell you, though. Here's all I'll tell you about this. I personally don't give it, like, if you're going to wow me with hardware, and I get it, there are times that hardware comes along and it sparks and fires the imagination of designers. Those things happen. One could argue, certainly AR will do it. 2D to 3D did it. Maybe kind of sort of Wii controls, maybe kind of sort of not really, but kind of online did it. But none of the stuff they're saying right now makes me go, oh, I want an Xbox because of any of this shit. I'm not saying I won't get an Xbox, and I'm not saying that when I think about buying the next Xbox, oh, it'll be nice if it turns out that I'm capable of having like a PC on my television that functions totally as a PC like the Rogue Ally and an Xbox. Cool. And I can carry it around, but I mean, they make it sound like they're going to be creating some kind of amazing hardware paradigm shift with the new thing. And maybe they are, but so far, I need a Steve Jobsian level of just one more thing out of the next Xbox to make me really give a shit. Like, hey, this Xbox has the power or the architecture to do procedurally generated level design on the fly in real time. Oh, okay. Interesting. I mean, not that other things couldn't do it too, but if they built it specifically for that, that can make for some interesting games. But short of that, I don't, what would excite you? What piece of tech hardware would have to be invented or revealed as part of the new Xbox to go, I'm willing to take another shot at an Xbox console? Because the hardware, I mean, it's always going to be behind PC. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say about that. Travis, you're on the show. What's going on, champion? What can I do for you? How can I make your life better today?
Hey Jeffy, how are you?
What's up? Travis? Travis?
Oh, this Xbox stuff is kind of funny.
It is kind of funny. What's funny about it? You're listening on a delay. You got to turn off the delay. You got to listen directly on your headphones or whatever.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Okay, what's funny about it?
Oh, they're just being goofy and trying to make things that they shouldn't make.
You got really nothing to say, do you?
I mean, not really. It's kind of cool to talk to you, though. But, see ya.
Well, okay. Well, now that you got me, what do you want to talk about? Forget trying to pretend you're interested in what I'm talking about. What do you want to talk to me about? Here we are on Valentine's Day, having an intimate dinner together, Travis, you and me. What do you want to talk about?
I mean, I don't know. Sorry.
You have to apologize. I'm around, baby. Think up something to call about. Call back. I'll talk to you. All right, bud?
All right, see ya.
See you, sir. There he goes. Off into the evening. There he goes. Off into the evening. Okay. Hey, I want to show you guys a game, and I need your help. This is a very quick game. I'm not gonna, we're not doing video game shit. Like, we're not gonna play a game right now. But I want to show you a game. It's a demo that came out today, and I think it's exceptionally neat, but I also cannot solve this particular puzzle, and I'm not going to spend more than 5 minutes on it, but I do want to share it with you because I think it's neat. Okay. So here it is. It is called Piece by Piece. It is called Piece by Piece. All right. Let's play it right now. Let's bring up Steam. It's a very innovative, very interesting piece of game design, and I wanted to share with you guys. Look at this thing. Hey, that's on the wrong screen now. Come on. All right, here we go. Neon Polygons made it. Can you see it? Can you see the game? Yeah. All right, here's what it is. It's really interesting. You got Demo World, right? Let's start with the first one, okay? So you control this little king, and you can jump, and you're trying to get him to the door, right? It's a very simple concept. Oh, look, suddenly he's there. Now, if you want, you could take this and move this somewhere else. But in this case, it's just the first puzzle. Not a problem. You put this here. But let's say I want that gold puzzle piece, right? So in this case, what I'll do is I'll do this. And now I can get the gold puzzle piece. And now I'll move this door here. And there we go, right? You get it? Pretty cool, right? Now, it gets a little harder. I want to get to the door. So I start here. And this is interesting. So what I can do is I can put this here. Let's move this out of the way for the moment. How do we do it? Watch this. Maybe this is how you do it. So right when he's in this puzzle piece, I can move it and he'll start to fall. And then, yeah, okay. I got to figure out how to get this puzzle piece. Does this make sense what's happening? Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to get that piece there. And I assume it needs to be like this, but I cannot put a puzzle piece there. So how do I get to this? I got it. Watch this, right? Okay, so we jump up here, then we move this, and we move this. Now this is not the one I'm stuck on, okay? All right, okay, now we got that puzzle piece. Okay, so now look at this one. Look at this one. So now what we do, you gotta admit, this shit's cool, man. This is why I say play indie games, baby. Come on. Okay, look at that. Put it here. Okay, you can't get it, right? No problem. Not a problem. We're gonna have to reset this one though. All right, so here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. You do this, 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 Now watch this. Watch this, you guys. Yep. Okay, now. Right? Okay, now this is the one I do not have any idea how to solve. I've been on this one for like 5 or 10 minutes. I need to get to the other room. I need to get to the door and ideally to the puzzle piece. I don't know how to fucking do it. I have no idea how to do it. Does anyone have any idea? You start here. You can only go here, right? But you can't jump. You could do this. And you could just keep dropping him, but you're only dropping him on the left side. Flip the top with the bottom, but you can't rotate him. Right? So I can do this all day long. But I need him to be over here. And ultimately, I need this to be here, right? So he starts here, he drops, and he just stops. And then I could do... Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Watch this. Watch this. Maybe. Nope, nope, nope. Watch this. Maybe? Nope. Nope. Move the top to the left. Okay, does anybody think they know how to solve it? If so, I'm just going to read that person's chat. Because what I don't want to do is read everybody's chat and then do 20 different things and not the main thing. So does anybody in the chat watching, this is the last puzzle I'm going to do because it's just a demo. But I wanted to show you because I think it's very innovative and very cool. But I don't know how to do this one. Right? Does anyone have any ideas? Here's the little dude. I can jump. So he'll have some momentum. Let's see. You almost did it. The middle two go together. Okay, wait. You almost did it, says ethical, but then you need to put it on the right side. Okay, so I'm going to listen to ethical. Continue to talk. Fall. And go left. Instead of putting one on top of the other, put it on the right. You mean like this? Wait. Okay, wait. But then what do I do? But now how do I get to the... Okay, so let me reset it. Okay. Okay. So I start to fall here. Started, I don't remember how I did before. Like that? Or like this? Or you mean like this, right? And then put this here. Is that what you mean? But then, okay. I think I get it. Let's try. Oh my God, no. Hang on, I need some more space. Oh my God. We did it! That's awesome. Anyway, that's all I'm going to play. But isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So I don't know how many puzzles the demo has, but it's very, very clever. It's very, very cool. And this is one of the reasons I like indie games so goddamn much, because they're different and they're interesting, and you're not going to get this in any other game, at least right now. So I'm going to quit it. But if you're interested in this, it's currently on Steam. I have to assume it will be coming to console. I can't imagine why it wouldn't, but it's called Piece by Piece, if you are interested. Okay. All right. So look, Tech Protect is back. Here's what's going to happen. We'll come back, Tech Protect, now. We are going to move on to the after party phase of the show, and Tech Protect is going to set that up. So here's what you do. The stream will continue. We're not going to shut the stream down or anything like that. But in about 3 minutes, we are going to, if you are a member, meet in a room over on the Discord. I will continue to broadcast. If you're watching on YouTube, we will open it up to discussion. We still have some topics to go through, and we will invite you guys to contribute to those topics that you, or other topics that you haven't, that you heard about earlier, or some of these new topics coming up that I want to run by you guys. So Tech, take over, talk to the fine people. I'm going to get a Coke, and I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right. Stick around, folks. And again, if you want to be part of the show and you want to communicate and shoot the shit with me and your fellow Gavin and gamers, this is the time to do it. Get yourself $4.99 membership or more. Drag yourself over into the Discord, and we'll talk. But if you don't, no worries. Stick around and listen. Tech's going to walk us through it right now. I'll be right back. I need more beverage.
How's it going, boys? Charles Darwin says, bring the stripper pole, Jaffe. I think Jaffe owns 2 stripper poles, and I think they're tied together. Let's see. Is Tech going to show his feet at the after party? I might. Hey, if we get enough donations, I might. No, I'm joking. Is someone starting a car? Yeah, hold on. All right, no more car noise. Or is it Navy? Oh, it's Swiss Navy is what you're talking about, Zeke. It's like watching an ad on mobile where they act bad. I don't know what that means. Is someone starting a car? Already read that. How's everyone doing? How are people doing tonight? I've been gone. I had to go pick up the little Jaffe from her job. You know, she's working class gal. So it was not here at the beginning or the middle section. Any more chatters? Anyone say anything? Nope. I just bought Civ 6 Anthology for $10. Do you recommend it? Civilization 6? What's Anthology? Is that the DLC? I'm pretty sure it's the DLC. Civilization 6 is a great game. It is almost a completely different game than Civ 7. Civ 7 has been a little frustrating. It's been divisive online. I've had my issues with it. But it's not a bad game. It's a fun play. It's replayable. They added in some aspects where you have like unlockables by doing certain like achievements in the game, so you can get different characters to play as and different bonuses to your next playthrough, which I found to be interesting. It makes it much more appealing to play like a couple games a week instead of just like one big game that took like 4 days and you drop it for like the next 3. PS Plus 35 to 45% right now, boys. Oh, okay. Yeah, Alex, the DLC. Still working, man. Busy day at the clinic, says Guy who's bored. Sorry you're bored, Guy. Let's see. Anything else? No one else is talking in the chat, but that's fine.
Okay, so what's happening with this? Are we close?
Yeah, we can start whenever you want.
No, start now. That way I can get the broadcast working. I want to make sure people know what we're doing. So is the room set up over there?
I can start a stage, yeah. And it's going to be called the Afterparty.
Okay. And make sure it's only for members and mods, right?
Everyone can join, but the only people that we're pulling up if they want to talk is going to be members or mods.
Got it. And if you want to keep watching on YouTube, that's fine. It'll stay on YouTube. Okay, is it there yet?
It's there.
Where do I find this?
The top of the Discord server is going to say Jaffe Presents, and the title is The Afterparty.
Ah. All right, here we go. Let me bring this over here. And I will. All right, let me hide this.
Getting it worked right now. By the way, you're sharing 2 different screens. I don't know if you knew. You're sharing 3 screens. Is there a Call of Duty Black Ops 6 stream planned sometime in the near future? Father Alex says. I think it's the 3rd time I've seen you ask that. Maybe. I think Jaffe loves Call of Duty. Because you don't. Oh. Hello. Hello. If you right click the tab, because you have here, I switched it. Hello. Are you guys getting an echo? No. But go to Talk Studio on the web page, and then right click the tab and hit mute. Okay. Yeah, Ollie. Oh, he left. Yeah, boys, come by. Come visit. It's finally Tech. This is awesome, Tatum. So, Tech, what did you do with the body? Cremation, usually. It's Infinity Tech. Is the echo still there for anybody? I'm seeing Necrophagic say, okay. Solid, no echo. Cool. Jaffe's still grabbing his Coke, and then we will start the Discord after party. You can stay in attendance in the room. If you're a member, you can join and we can put you on stage. You can have conversation with Jaffe. We'll see how this go. What a time. I think they can hear me through Discord, I imagine. Mm-hmm. In Talk Studio, have you disabled your camera there? Okay. I can hear you on the Discord. No. Say something now? I don't think so. Oh, I hear. No, I hear myself. Never mind. Still not hearing anything on YouTube. I'm gonna leave Talk Studio so you can like. No. Yeah. I think. Oh, hold on. YouTubers, let us know. Can you hear Jaffe? I hear on Discord, I think. Yeah. On Discord? No. I hear you right now. We we could just restart the stream. I hear on Discord. I can stream the Discord from Talk Studio. Okay. I don't think they can. Jackie's asking if you can hear him, guys. Oh, I heard the Discord audio. Take it. I don't know, big dog. Yeah. Hey guys, Jack's gonna kill the stream, and he will come back with the new one in less than 3 minutes. We'll be right here. If you want to come talk to us, join the Discord. Do so now. We'll get this stuff set up. The Discord is discord.gg/JaffyGames. Again, discord.gg/JaffyGames.